Charles Jourdain versus Flat Earth in this one meet. Very interested to see who you're going to go with because we haven't seen Kron Gracie in a long time, right? And the last time we did, he did fight in a fight of the night, but it was kind of for the wrong reasons because Cub Swanson went out there. It was 2019 and reminded everyone that there was levels to this game. And after Kron Gracie took that first loss, he kind of just disappeared into the mountains. We hadn't heard from him in many, many years, and suddenly he's making his return against Charles Jourdain, who is coming in and has lost two straight, but just two very tough guys, right? Nathaniel Wood he lost to in Paris. That was late last year, and then he lost that very close fight to Shane Burgos as well, but that fight could have gone either way. It was a majority decision loss for him, and one that a lot of people thought he probably did win, so not a bad loss at all in that one. And it was interesting to see Charles Jourdain lose two straight because before that he was racking up win after win. Easy work wins over Lando Venata, Andre Ewell, Marcelo Rojo before that, and a guy who just is super well-rounded, right? He can really do it all. He can strike with the best. He can grapple with the best, and he's taken on a true specialist in Kron Gracie, who was 3-0, or rather 1-0 in the UFC, and some nice rise and wins before that, prior to just getting humbled by Cubs. So, do you think that the time spent away, locked away in the mountains, rediscovering himself is going to be exactly what Kron Gracie needs to get back on track and Charles Jourdain continues the L streak, or is this one that Charles Jourdain you think is going to get done?
Yeah, no, this is so fun because like I'm always glad to see Crybaby come back because I can't wait to see Charles Jourdain absolutely take the air out of his esophagus because he's going to knock him out with a belly tickle. And Kron is a very soft teddy bear. He likes to hang out in the woods, play in the sand, and that's all cute and fun. But he's going versus an absolute savage Charles Jourdain who is there to beat the crap out of him. So this is going to be a very sad one-sided fight. Charles Jourdain is going to decimate Kron. Kron has 0% chance. He's over there thinking there's no such thing as gravity. It's air, and also the earth is flat. So that's where his headspace is versus Charles Jourdain is ready to flatten his face with the fist of doom. So Charles should get this done, I would say first round KO. But also, it wouldn't surprise me if it ends, in the first 60 seconds and Kron throws in the towel because Daddy's there.
Yeah, very interesting stuff, and up in the air as to if gravity truly does exist, at least from the perspective of Kron Gracie. And it's interesting to note that Tapology is awfully bullish on Jourdain, right? 63% is rolling with him, majority brown for that KO. So they kind of see the belly button tickler of doom early and often, just as you have envisioned. But of the 37% that is rolling with Kron Gracie, it's basically all copper for that sub. So any surprises from the Tapology? And I know that you're picking Jourdain, but are there any concerns from the takedown defense department that you might worry Kron Gracie might be able to capitalize on? Because Jourdain has about a 50% is able to stuff about 50% of his takedowns. Kron Gracie, I wouldn't say is the greatest at getting the fight there, but once he does, you're obviously screwed, right? So is there any concern that Kron's able to take this one down and get that copper sub like a lot of Tapology is saying?
If Kron gets it down and tries to hump him, touche, good on him. But I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't know how you can think this guy has any sort of skill in wrestling. He is so bad. His last performance, just watch his last performance and then please try to have a good argument on like, wow, his wrestling's good. No, it's disgusting. He has jiu-jitsu skills if it goes to the ground. I don't think he can get him to the ground, so I think he has to stand up and fight, and that does not look good for Kron.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. Like, the longer this fight stays on the feet, it's probably going to get pretty ugly. And Charles Jourdain is a guy who, he's a sniper, right? And he can hit you with all sorts of different limbs. You got to be worried about flying knees that are coming your way. He's throwing kicks. He's throwing hard punches. Like, the dude can definitely strike. So if Kron Gracie ends up in a situation where he is stuck on the feet, having to go strike for strike with Charles Jourdain, that probably is a bad idea for sure. So I'm with you. I'm going Charles Jourdain. He opened around minus 210 and has since narrowed to around minus 175, minus 165 thereabouts. So there is some action coming in on Kron Gracie, but I like to think that he's going to be able to keep this one on the feet. Jourdain will, and again, when so, it's going to be tough for Kron Gracie. I mean, the only thing, Meat, that we could be missing is maybe he's been spending the last 4 years just really developing his stand-up game, and he hasn't just been tucked away, hidden as a recluse in the mountains, and instead has been training with absolute beasts out there, maybe even grappling with some bears, Khabib style. But I tend to think that he hasn't, and I don't think he's going to have the skills to take on Jourdain in this one. So we think that Jourdain is spoiling the return for Gracie. Any last thoughts, mate?
Yeah, how I look at it is like, hey, we're going to use the Gracie name to really get Air Jourdain back on the winning column because the kid is a potential superstar. He's 27, he's had a lot of experience already, and he's very skillful, and he's only getting better and better. So I think this is a nice tune-up fight for him. It's very cute. It's fun to see, Kron get beat up again. That's always fun. But, throw in the comments who you taking, Crybaby Kron or Air Jourdain.